All right, so today we're going to dive into something a little different. We're looking at a piece of internet lore, really, a satirical script that imagines what a day in the life of Vladimir Putin might look like. Now, this isn't a heavy political analysis. Instead, we're exploring the powerful, almost mythical persona that's been built around him, one wild detail at a time.
So how does it all start? Well, it sets the scene just like one of those epic documentaries with a deep, serious voice. A day in the life of Vladimir Putin. You can almost hear the dramatic music swelling in the background, can't you?
And that day, as you might guess, starts ridiculously early. The first part is just called the 5 a.m. start, and the mission is crystal clear. For this character, the day has only one mode, one single setting: conquer.
Okay, so the alarm blares at 5 a.m. sharp, and we immediately get the first rule of this routine. There is no snooze button. It's not just discouraged, it's simply not an option.
So why is the snooze button so bad? Well, in the world of this script, the definition of treason has been simplified. It's just wasting time. Yeah, all of a sudden, sleeping in for 10 more minutes has some pretty high stakes.
With that kind of mindset, the day's agenda is pretty straightforward, if a tad ambitious. Conquer the world. But, and this is a big but, first, coffee. I guess even plans for global domination have to wait for a caffeine boost.
All right, coffee's down. What's next? The workout, of course. But we're not just talking about going to the gym. Oh no, this section is called intimidating the gym. This is a whole other level of exercise.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. You see, normal people, you and me, we go to the gym. This version of Putin, he intimidates the gym. You can just picture the treadmills breaking a sweat. It's that kind of vibe.
So, what does this intimidating workout actually involve? Well, it's a pretty simple two-step process. Step 1, 200 push-ups. Okay, tough, but plausible. Step 2, wrestle a bear. And yep, there it is. Just your standard morning warm-up.
So, after you've, wrestled a bear, you're probably going to need to refuel. And that brings us to the breakfast of champions. The purpose of this meal, it's not just to get full, it's fuel for global domination.
So what's on this championship menu? Let's see, we've got black bread, a protein shake, and, checking the enemies list, it's just tossed in there like it's another food group, right alongside carbs and protein.
But this super focused breakfast gets interrupted by a phone call, and you can almost hear this familiar, casual voice on the other end, right? Vlad, my friend, golf today?
The response is quick, it's firm, and it leaves absolutely no room for negotiation. Niet, I play chess.
And I always win. And that's it. Conversation over. It's not about preferring one game over another. It's a simple declaration of fact.
And that little comment about chess, it's the perfect bridge to the next part of his day. We move from the breakfast table to the world stage, where, as you might guess, the world is a chessboard.
So what does this global chess game actually look like? Well, on the surface, it seems pretty normal. You've got meetings with world leaders, a few Zoom calls, a big strategy map laid out on the table. It all looks like business as usual.
But what's the real outcome of all these routine activities? What's the end goal? One word: checkmate. In this story, every single call, every meeting is just another calculated move on the board, all leading to one final, decisive victory.
Even lunch sticks to this theme of intense discipline. It's a very Spartan meal, just borscht. And the script makes a point to add no McDonald's. A pretty clear cultural statement right there.
So as the day starts to wind down, we get to the final phase. And I love this title: powering down, but not off. That distinction is so important, right? Because the day might be ending, but the vigilance, that never, ever stops. Now, you've probably seen those famous photos of him riding a horse. Well, this script has a different idea for an evening activity. It says the evening ride is not on a horse, it's on power, a completely metaphorical but very potent way to relax. And this state of constant alert carries right on through the night. The day ends exactly as it began, with total readiness. At night, he sleeps with one eye open, never fully at rest, never off guard.
So, after a night like that, what's on the schedule for tomorrow? Well, there are two possibilities presented. It could be gym time, or it could be war planning, and they're treated as almost interchangeable options on the daily planner.
And that really gets to the heart of this whole satire. It's less about the actual man and much more about the myth, this larger-than-life persona that's been constructed. So, it leaves us with one final big question to think about. When a leader becomes a myth, who is really in control anymore? Is it the person or the persona?